Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Restoration Mastery TV. Today we are teaching you how to get your crap together.
Boom.
So we're back.
Welcome back.
Today we're talking to you a little bit about personal organization. One of the questions we actually got asked recently by an adjuster that was asking, how do you guys get all that stuff done that you get done? How do you prioritize? How do you stay organized and on top of your day?
One of the ways that we've been able to respect our time is having the ability to say no, to really identify everything that we have to do that we say we must do, because that's where it starts. We have to determine ourselves what is critically important and then put that in front of us. And so when something else comes in, we're able to look at our list and say yes or no to it. Sometimes we'll allow it in because it's related to what we want to accomplish, or we let it in because it's something that we really do want, either now or in the future. But being able to say no is one of the most powerful things.
And you really can't say no unless you have a really good idea of what your day consists of. You know, we actually, and one of the things we're going to talk about today is a practice that we call the Daily Six. And the Daily Six allows not only us, but our staff to look at their top 6 items that they need to accomplish if today is going to be a success.
Yeah.
In fact, on our conference calls that we talked about in last week's episode, we mentioned that we go over a few items. One of them is each staff member looks at the one item that they said, if I got this one thing done, today would be a good day. And that's part of their Daily Six as a practice. By knowing how busy your day is, you're a lot more likely to say no if someone comes to you with that unexpected lunch invite that isn't really going to be profitable for you. You know, I've got 10 hours of work to do and only 8 hours to perform it in, so I have to chip away and say no or delegate whatever possible to make sure that I'm a success today.
And you know, I think nowadays there's this FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And that, if we don't put that in check, my friends, that can be the one thing that becomes our Achilles heel. Here's an example. You know, if you're in the office and you get a phone call, or someone comes in, right, a vendor, and they say, hey man, I really would love to take you to lunch, and we're going to go to this place. You know, in your mind, you think, man, getting a free lunch would be cool, or going to this nice restaurant would be nice, but this person or this contact is not influential in what your goals are in life and in your business. You just take it because you don't want to miss out and you want a free lunch. You're hurting yourself, right? Nothing is free. You've got to respect your time, because you're either going to pay the price now or you're going to pay the price later. And when you pay the price later, it shows up as frustration, stress, because now you've opened the door to this one thing or two things that you've thrown into your day, and then when you get home, you're wondering, you know, why you're kicking the dog, because you've got this pressure, right? This is what happens. We bring our crap home with us, and you know, we want our significant other to understand the pressure that we're under. It starts with your time, respecting your time, so you can be the most that you can be throughout your day.
Absolutely. And by effectively planning, you actually can be more not only at work, but also at home. If you know that your day is actually planned out well, then you can go home and be comfortable knowing that tomorrow you're going to be able to jump right back into it. So our Daily Six practice allows you to start off your day, or preferably even starting the evening before, by listing out everything that you need to accomplish, emptying your mind of all of those tasks. Now, you may think that you're really good at holding that all in your brain. Our brains, scientifically speaking, were not engineered to be information holding and withdrawing all the time. We're much better emptying our brains onto paper. The way that my grandpa used to always say, he used to say that the dullest pencil is brighter than the brightest memory. And I love that. I've never forgotten it. Write down all of your tasks, and then mercilessly look at that and say, what can I delegate? Some of us are terrible delegators. Raise your hand if you're one of those people. I'm definitely there sometimes. because we think that we're the only ones that know how to do it. And for some reason, we're the guy placing the order at Staples when we could be delegating that to somebody else. We could be assigning that off somewhere else. What can you delegate on that list? And then once you've delegated, you're going to go through and you're going to prioritize and schedule when you're going to be accomplishing that. Yep. Now you have a really good look at your day. Now, we don't want you to have to recreate this form, so if you look at the bottom of this video, or if you're watching this on Facebook, just comment on Facebook and we'll shoot it over to you. We're actually going to allow you to get a copy of our form just by opting in today.
Yeah, I would say opt in, get the form, and begin to practice that muscle. It's going to feel clunky in the beginning, and it's going to feel like, I don't have enough time now. How can I actually start to make a list of all the things? It's going to take me 10, 15 minutes. The reality is we've heard it all, but here's one thing. Chet Holmes, a past mentor of mine who's passed away now, but he actually showed this to me and said, hey, this is the Daily Six. And, he told a story that this Daily Six concept was shared many, many years ago to head of a large company. And the CEO that he was presenting to said, hey, look, you know what? He said this to the presenter. Let's just cut the BS. I want to make a significant impact in my company and our profitability. Setting these goals are nice and wonderful and fluffy, but I want to get to the meat and to the potatoes. So then the presenter says, okay, Mr. CEO, let's get down to brass tacks. Here's what you do. And he explained his Daily Six to him. And he said to him, sir, here's the advice I'm giving you. It's called Daily Six. You do it, and do me a favor. You do it for 90 days, and then in 90 days, you send me a check to let me know what you think it's worth. 90 days later, this is back in the 60s, this guy received a check for $50,000 with a note, handwritten note from the CEO, said, hey, you've given me the basics. No one else has ever talked to me like this to say, this is what you have to do. We've implemented and we've executed, and we've been so much more profitable in our company than ever before. And so what we're sharing with you is just not fluff. I mean, we do this stuff day in, day out. And, these are some of the tips that we use to make ourselves more profitable and to improve our lifestyle and to actually be more effective.
So I think what OP is saying, a lot of the times we feel too busy to plan and we think that maybe these techniques aren't really going to work. Abraham Lincoln once said, if he had 6 hours to chop down a tree, he would spend the first 4 sharpening the saw. Going through your day without a Daily Six or a similar plan is like trying to cut down an oak tree with a butter knife. It's time to sharpen that thing with this tool that we're giving you for free, or you can send us a check like that story. I'd love that too.
That's right.
Until next time, plan your work your plan, and make this thing count.
Boom.